Today, I'm going to give you 10 killer riffs for 5-string bass and give you a completely free PDF so you can see everything written out in standard notation and tab. Link in the description below. Let's crack on. Hey guys, James here from eBass Guitar, and one of the things I've discovered over the years publishing content on the eBass Guitar YouTube channel is that there are many students who think of the 5-string bass as a completely separate instrument to the 4-string bass. The reality is I've never thought about it in that way. For me, it's simply an extension of anything that I do on the regular 4-string instrument. For me, the 5-string bass is simply an instrument that adds 5 extra notes, and these extra notes start giving you some different tonal options and different fingering position options, but also enable you to open up different possibilities in different key signatures. So what I tend to do is I tend to adapt bass lines that I play on the regular 4-string bass so they work on the 5-string. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through 10 bass lines that work great on the 5-string bass, and most of them I've adapted from the 4-string bass so you can see my thinking of how I use these extra notes. Just before we get going, I've got a very quick favour to ask. If you enjoy this lesson and you're getting a ton of value from it, and you're not subscribed to the eBass Guitar YouTube channel, please can you do two things. First of all, watch the video all of the way through because this tells the YouTube algorithm that you love it. The second thing is to subscribe to the channel at the end, because the more subscribers we get, basically the more great free bass educational content we can keep putting out there. So it's a win-win for absolutely everybody. So please hit the red subscribe button, which is somewhere around this video, and watch the video all the way through. The riff number 1 that I teach any student who wants to learn the 5-string bass is Venus by Bananarama, because it sits beautifully and adds in the D, a D sharp, and the E on the 5th fret on the B string. This is what it sounds like. So for riff number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to take a classic bass riff and put it just down at the octave. Now this works beautifully in the key of D minor. So I'm going to take Get Ready by the Temptations, put it down the octave, and check out this beautifully earthy rumble when you start on the D here. So for bass riff number 3, one of the great things the 5-string opens up is the low E flat here, which if you play any Stevie Wonder songs is a godsend, because Stevie Wonder wrote so much of his music on the black notes of the piano focused around an E flat. So this means you can play bass lines like Superstition correctly, so everything, all the phrases work together really nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second riff to Superstition, where the whole band plays the riff in unison, and start it on a low E flat down here. before we move on, make sure you grab the free PDF which comes with this lesson so you can see everything written out in standard notation and tab. Link in the description below. Let's move on to riff number 4. So from one Stevie Wonder song to another seminal Stevie Wonder song in E flat minor. This is I Wish. Typically, I would play I Wish like this on a 4-string bass. But what we can do is 2 alterations here, or what I like to do is 2 alterations. First, we'll start it on the low E flat, like this. And then when we get to here, play the last 3 to 4 notes right down, starting on the C to bring us back up. This is what it sounds like with the backing track. So for bass riff number 5, we're simply going to take a legendary bass line and put it down the octave again. So we're going to take Billie Jean in the key of F sharp minor. We're going to start it on the low F sharp here. And notice how we can start integrating that low B string. This is what it sounds like. Notice how we start to get that almost slightly synth bassy sound to it when we start using those really low registers consistently. So guys, we're halfway through this lesson now. If you're enjoying it, make sure you grab the free PDF so you can see all of the bass lines I'm playing today written out for 5-string bass with 5-string bass tablature too. I'm going to put a link which is in the description below where you can grab your free copy, and I'll even send it to your email inbox too. Cheers. So for riff number 6, we are going to take the iconic bass line from Lady Marmalade, which is this. But we are going to change the shape of it. We're still going to start on this G, but we're going to end up landing on the low C here. And notice how it has quite a different flavor, but still sounds like the original when you change the shape of the phrase using the 5-string. This is what it sounds like. So for bassline number 7, I wanted to explore some of the more synthy type sounds you can get from using the low register of the B string. I also encourage you to explore some effects too at this point, like the octave divider or choruses too, to really enhance that sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a Maroon 5 song. This is Moves Like Jagger, and we're going to play the 4 bars of B minor and then the 4 bars of E minor using those low strings. And just check out the effect that you can get when you're playing in that register. Sounds super cool. bassline number 8, we're going to explore the possibilities of using the lower 5th and the 6th. So if we're in the key of G, this is going to be the D and the E. Notice how it opens up these shapes on the 5 string. So to demonstrate this, we're going to take the pop hit from the British band S Club 7, Reach, which is basically a pastiche of the old Motown track Can't Hurry Love, where you can really utilize these patterns. Check it out. Now for bassline number 9, this is another classic disco funk bassline in the key of C minor. And notice how when we take it down the octave, it gives that real earthy feel. So this is Ladies' Night by Kool and the Gang. Typically it sounds like this. But this is what it sounds like when you start it on the low C. Here goes. Bassline number 10, we're going to take one of my all-time favourite tracks by Phil Collins. This is Easy Lover, and this is the verse groove. It sounds like this. But notice how cool it sounds when we start using those low D flats on the 5 string bass. Here's it with the drum machine. So there we have it, 10 riffs for 5 string bass. As I said right at the beginning, I simply see the 5 string bass as an extension of the 4 string. So what I encourage you to do is just play the 5 string like it's a 4 string bass to begin with, then start adding in a few extra notes here and there, and then gradually work up your creative possibilities. Often with the 5 string bass, less is more. So it may just be about choosing the odd verse or chorus, or even one big note just to play on the 5 string bass to get the maximum impact out of it. That's it for now, guys. If you need help with your bass playing, head over to ebassguitar.com. Check out the Bass Lab Plus. That's my private members training program over there, and you'll find an area of the website called the 5 string portal, where you can find a bunch of lessons that I've curated on the 5 string bass to help you learn this instrument even deeper. So to find out more, please click the link which is in the description below, and I will catch you next week on the eBass Guitar YouTube channel.